Well, I know I can be heard, I just can't be seen. So let me try to figure out what's going on with that. Let's run that. Let's reactivate that. Okay, my webcam's not working. Perfect. So anyway, thank you so much for being here. Sorry you're staring at just a black screen. But either way, we have Spring Hill taking on William and Mary tonight. Coming into tonight, Spring Hill still looking for the very first win, sitting at 0-3, but William and Mary sitting at 1-2. So, Spring Hill pretty much out of the playoff picture. It's going to be very difficult to catch up with both Missouri and Penn State, who are both undefeated in our league right now. But William and Mary, coming into this, did have a loss to Missouri, which Spring Hill played last week, and then end up lost to Penn State, which Spring Hill also lost to Penn State. Both of those teams very, very strong in our league, and ended up taking a win last week versus University of Minnesota, I believe. So they did pick up their first win last week, so they're coming in with some momentum heading into tonight, looking to make it two in a row, whereas Spring Hill looking to get their first win of the season. So let me see if I can figure out what is going on with my webcam. I may have to unplug it and plug it back in, which, either way, doesn't really matter. Sorry about that. Okay, I don't know what's going on with my webcam, but that's fine. We'll be all right. So either way, let's just go ahead and flip over to in-game. We are still sitting in the lobby, waiting for the final member of William and Mary to show up, and it looks like they are here. Very gracious of William and Mary to allow a postponement to tonight's match, so we are appreciative of that. We do have a sub filling in tonight. We have Music Ace filling in place of Ninja. So Haley Spragg playing in place of Calvin Nin. So glad that she was able to fill in for us tonight, so that we didn't need a forfeit. But her filling in tonight was one of the reasons why we needed the delay, because she's actually in senior seminar. And her professor was gracious enough to allow her to dip out of senior seminar just a little bit early so she could come and compete for the Badgers. So grateful for that. Map lineup tonight is going to be Bind first, followed by Split. And then if it goes to a map 3, we'll be seeing Ascent. I did not see what the sides were. Let's see if we can roll back a little bit. Side for Bind. So Spring Hill will be on defense first for Bind. They will be attack for Split. So let's hope that that Valorant cooperates this time. As always, we want to let everybody know that this league is run through Conference 1, so we're extremely proud to be a part of the Conference 1 league, their Valorant league. We're looking forward to what they're doing, growing into the future and moving into possibly, I think Rocket League was on the horizon. All right, so our two duelists, Random X and Cody S. So we are going to see them on Reyna and Jet, respectively. Looks like possible change here. Random plays a lot of Reyna, and Cody's been getting a lot more comfortable on the Jet. We have Oninobu switching over to Sova, and we have Music Ace, who's going to kind of anchor for us on Cypher. Minced bringing in smokes on Omen. So this duo of Sova and Cypher could be really crucial here on a map with only 2 bomb sites. You know, unlike Haven with the triple sites to have to protect, Bind with only the 2 does make things a lot easier to defend, and then having both Sova and Cypher who can do a really good job of scouting out and holding down a site really kind of by themselves, and then allowing the team to rotate over and support them. So we'll see how Spring Hill utilizes this duo of Cypher Sova. Really interested to see how that's going to play out. I am in the coach role in spectator, by the way, so that's when you look at the minimap, you will see only Spring Hill players. So that's just for obviously competitive integrity, right?
There.
Here.
There.
Let's adjust. There we go. Try to get that mini map scaled up so everybody can see. There we go. Perfect. All right, so I actually have both Sova and Cypher sitting over on A site. I'm sorry, B site, holding that down together. Jet taking some damage in the peak. They did end up seeing somebody that crossed through mid. That's going to raise there. Does take out Minced early. Random holding this angle. Dinks the Killjoy. Cody able to answer that. That's going to be a full rush onto A site. Cody being patient. Not being tagged with the shock dart. And Ray's going to pick that up. So now it's basically down to Cypher Sova. See if they can maybe get some kills before they drop. Music Ace not going to pick one up. They know where Zach is. He does pick up one. Doesn't over peak. Does a little bit swing a little wide in order to see one. Using the E to try to scout out. Good thing he held on to the rest of his shock darts though, so he didn't have to repurchase those. He wasn't going to win that round anyway. So Spring Hill really only grabbing 2 kills that round. William and Mary off to a good start. So we definitely don't like to see any of those 1-for-0 trades without any opportunity to get some sort of a trade kill. No crossfire, no double swing. So this round it looks like we are going to have Random and Cody. Got that Sova dart. Recon going out. Looks like they're throwing Boombot near Hookah. Minced holding down A by himself. Hearing a lot of movement in Hookah. Turret is there. Ray's already on site. They need to be calling that out. Random does grab one. Oinobu does drop. Random, good trade, grabbing another. He's going to dismiss, stay healthy. Random grabbing a third. Random TP's out, filtering over to A. They hear the bomb being planted. Minced is available. A 3v2. Music Ace does get dropped in the transition. Still back on B. So the plant was going down on B. Random and Minced now on their own. So need to coordinate. Smoking off Garden. Pushing into the raised grenade. Not the best.
Last player standing.
A really quick pre-fire there from the Rays, able to grab Random. So Minced just basically has to run on the site here. That's going to be Mize, 6-0 so far for William and Mary. And taking a look across the scoreboard, Random and Cody topping the scoreboard. Cody actually tied with Oninobu. Minced off to a slow start, and Music Ace sitting at 0-2 as well. It's like Spring Hill going back to both Sova and Cypher sitting on B side. As we take a look at the setup here. Cypher throwing those tripwires down. Minced throwing up the one-way. Cody not able to get the one tap from the Sheriff. Some utility being thrown here. Astra Stars going down. Jet's already dashed on the site. Oh no, but you don't need to trade those that's going to be Cypher dropping early, so now Spring Hill at the numbers deficit.
Spike planted.
I'd like to see Spring Hill kind of back off site instead of trying to hold it 2v5.
Last player standing. Flawless.
All right. So William and Mary off to a really strong start now. We have still that Cypher Sova duo over on B site, dropping the camera. Cypher can actually play off site here. I don't like to see the play inside the tube there, or right behind the tube. Spring Hill needing their duelists to really step up here. The one-way smoke onto the box, allowing Random to try to peek here and see if they can catch somebody sleeping. William and Mary playing this one slow. Here comes the recon dart from the Sova. Eyes are in Hookah, so they know where William and Mary is. I do like the fallback. A great recon dart from Sova. Spring Hill now with all 5 members, a 5v5 on the retake.
Take flight.
Good job from Spring Hill falling back, not dropping any members early. It's going to be Cody picking up one, a 1-for-1.
Last player standing.
And Spring Hill not checking that side to the right, pushing through the smoke.
If you're not a good shot today, don't worry. There are other ways to be useful.
There.
And now a very, very difficult spot now for Spring Hill with economy. They're definitely going to have to save this round so they can full buy next, whereas William and Mary are off to a very, very solid start. T-Burner fully maxed out on the KJ at 9,000. Mize and Little Banana Duck not too far behind. Now Spring Hill mixing things up, maybe a little bit of aggro peek out of Hookah here from Random. Cody able to grab one. Cody does have ult, as does the William and Mary Jet. So Random able to sneak behind Astra and grab that kill. Gonna go ahead and get the overheal. Spring Hill, the rest of Spring Hill holding down Mintz, grabbing one with the Sheriff. This is a great round for Spring Hill with those small buys. Unfortunately, Mintz running out of bullets, gets the second headshot. And that's going to be Spring Hill a 4v1. Only the William and Mary Jet remaining. Throwing the Cypher cage down onto the spike. And a third headshot for Mintz with the Sheriff. That's going to be Spring Hill winning with that gun disadvantage. So they don't even need to go shopping. Hopefully they did end up grabbing 3 Phantoms off of that. Oninobu had enough credits to be able to buy the Vandal. Cody ended up having to buy his as well. But either way, that's 3 Spring Hill members that went basically bargain bin shopping. And now Spring Hill with full heavy, full rifle. But William and Mary not out of it. Still a very, very healthy economy. Guacamole on the Sova is the only one that's in a little bit of a pinch right now. If he drops this round, it's going to make things difficult for him in future rounds as far as buying. But he should be good for one more. That's going to be Random picking up one in the crossfire. The dismiss to get out of the way. Does get eyes on the Sova and a quick peek, and picks it with the classic. And Spring Hill in a 5v2 now. Recon Dart shooting into Hookah. Going to see if they can spot any more. Yes, there's a Killjoy there. Oh, and a fantastic headshot from Oninobu. You can barely see the pixel picking up over the ledge. Random on the hunt. Hearing footsteps That could be Cypher jumping there, and that's going to be Random grabbing another one. That's 3 for him. Spring Hill did not lose a single member that round. Fantastic round for Spring Hill, bouncing back, cutting William & Mary's lead down to 2 with still a full buy. So Spring Hill definitely coming out on top that round as far as economy, helping out a ton, not needing to buy any more guns for any members because of no deaths. But looking across the scoreboard, William & Mary still very healthy. So Spring Hill's got to pull this off, I would say at least another 2 rounds before they can feel really confident and kind of really push their advantage. Until then, they need to be really smart playing this because William & Mary still with the round lead. Cody ended up grabbing a kill, as does Random. Now Spring Hill a 5v3 as we hear a lot of movement over on A site. Cody does drop over at U-Haul. Missed with a fantastic blind, grabbing the shot onto Sova, teleporting off site. Now Spring Hill just needs to use their numbers. Bring over Cypher, going to anchor down over on B in case any crazy rotations come through. But that's going to be Mince dropping to Jet. Shock dart into U-Haul. Didn't sound like it got anything off of the Jet. We do hear some footsteps, hear some running around. Oh, Random barely peeking over the corner. Jet being tagged from behind the box. And that's going to be a little bit taking the TP over. Oh, and a great pickup for Haley. That's Music Ace 101. Holding down, anchoring on B site. Great patience, holding over on B, not full committing over to A. That would have been a guaranteed plant for William & Mary. So now Spring Hill brings the the round lead of William & Mary down to 1, a 4-3 right now. Taking a look at the scoreboard still. Random and Cody sitting at the top, 8-5 and 6-6. Minced at 4-5. Oninobu, Music Ace grabbing her first kill of the round. Some interesting tripwires here as we have the William & Mary Jet activating. Oh, and then Cody does take her out. No value out of the Jet ult. Cody's got to be really careful up here, watching that angle. Random X on the flank. Grabbing one, dismisses. Maybe flank further around. Mince does drop to the combo, the shock dart and the raise, but Random on a long flank here, all the way around to Showers. Spots one, sees a second one, does get the headshot on Guacamole, and that's going to be Spring Hill in a 4v2. So Random playing smart, looping all the way back around through T-spawn. Recon dart out. It's possible through Random's rotation all the way through T-spawn. Yeah, that they pushed all the way through, and they did. He does see the raise. Empress runs out. He does see both. He sees the Killjoy, is able to grab it. That's going to be the spike down right outside of Shower. So Spring Hill knows where the spike is in a 3v1, but they're going to wait and hold this angle. There's really not enough time for William & Mary to plant. Unless Raze pushes this. Got to be Oninobu taking the kill, grabbing the knife, and running away from the grenade, keeping his life intact. Great play from Spring Hill, tying the map up 4-4. So William & Mary going up. At one point, it was 4-1. I don't believe... Viewers at the chat will have to correct me there. I can't remember if William & Mary was up 4-0 or if it was like 3-0 and then 3-1. But Spring Hill bring it all the way back. But William & Mary's economy with this round win would definitely put a hurt on Guacamole if he full bought this round. Minced holding mid with the one-way. But nobody watching Showers. But he does have ultimate. Sova has ultimate as well. A lot of marshals. Here's some jumping. Cody does take out T-Burner, and we have Spike down right outside of Garden. Yeah, Spike is down here, and there are no William & Mary members nearby at all. Mint's grabbing one, holding the angle there, be able to catch a little banana duck. Sees a second one. William & Mary all over here on A site, but the spike was dropped B. It looks like they may have, yeah, they may have grabbed it and then taken the TP. So spike does get planted over on A site. We didn't hear the pickup, and William & Mary must have had a secondary member there right behind the KJ that got tagged. So now Cypher lurking, slowly pushing around, gonna rotate around through mid as Spring Hill taking this retake very slowly. It's a 4v3. They have the numbers advantage. Music Ace does drop, so they know they've got at least one player watching mid. Hazmat drops on Unobu. Random ends up grabbing Hazmat in the trade. A 2v2. They see Sova. They saw the... it's unfortunate they did see the Owl drone come out right around the corner. Did not... try to wallbang through there to get the headshot on the Sova. Committed to the peak and then up exposing themselves to the crossfire from Lamps. That's going to be William & Mary taking the lead again, going up 5-4. But a very, very close matchup between these two teams thus far. Spring Hill, with those wins they're able to get under the belt, does give them a few rounds now where they're going to be able to full buy. Random may be in a little bit of trouble unless he gets some kills here. Oh, and that's going to be Mize grabbing the headshot through the one-way. Just kind of spraying there, guessing where Cody would be. Mint's just taking way too much damage. And now we have two ults coming through, the Astra ult as well as the Killjoy ult.
Player standing. Spike planted.
This is a heck of a long shot for Music Ace to pull this off. She unfortunately peeks into 2.
My burden never ends.
William & Mary extending their lead by 2, 6-4 now. Random X sitting at 13 and 8. Cody S at 8 and 8. Metz 5 and 8. Oninobu 3 and 8. Music Case 1 and 6. Mize putting in so much work for the side of William & Mary. Both William & Mary duelists really topping the scoreboard, similar to Spring Hill side. So we have, that is the William & Mary Sova ult, fishing for kills over here. Excuse me, sorry about that. Trying to mute my mic on B site. Not able to pick anybody up. I'd like to see Cypher get off a site here. Use the cam to be able to spot.
Deploying drone.
Owl drone going through. They are spotting several members. 1, 2. They know 3. They're 4 here. So Spring Hill on the long flank. Empress runs out for Random. Music Ace does drop. The Sova ult comes out. Doesn't look like it tagged anybody. Music. Oh, I'm sorry. That's Random taking 1. They have Spike. They have Spike in Garden. Blind's going to be thrown out. Sova does drop. Random, so it's a 2v2. The duelist, I'm sorry, 2v1. Now Cody and Random versus the Astra. They do have Spike. Spring Hill doesn't have to go aggressive and push this. But those Astra stars can be used very, very well.
30 seconds left.
Random may need to... Random needs to be careful here. Let Cody catch up so they can... both fire onto this Astra, and Random just fires first, gets the headshot on the Hazmat, cutting William & Mary's lead to 1. Spring Hill
Round in the half.
down by 1. William & Mary up 6-5. If you're unfamiliar with Valorant, this is a first to 13 round wins, but you must win by 2.
There.
So right now, these two teams neck and neck. Spring Hill has not had a lead yet on the map. Really been playing catch up, but holding on. Staying with William & Mary, that recon dart, hopefully gonna spy. Doesn't catch anybody near Fountain, so Spring Hill confident to think that possibly we have an A push here. Although, okay, so now a lot of utility coming over to B site. Spring Hill gambled and guessed wrong. That's going to be the Raze ult coming out. Jet dashes onto site. Raze ult catches nobody. Plant's going down, but Spring Hill's in a good position. They're still, that's fine. The plant just now going down. They can retake. It's 5v4. They need to play it slow. Random on the flank. He's spotted out by the turrets. He's probably going to double back, go through. Oh, and Mint sneaks underneath the Jet and grabs the headshot. Now all that's left to do is clear the site, but Mize putting in so much work. Hanging out in elbow. And Random flicks a little too far and doesn't get lined up on the Killjoy, but a great effort from Spring Hill.
Switching sides.
And that's going to be 7-5 as we switch sides at halftime. Now Spring Hill on attack. So now we see things may get a little more difficult for Spring Hill, with Cypher being a fantastic agent to bring into defense. Cypher doesn't have as much presence, in my opinion, on attack side. So he's looking to more maybe lurk to try to catch a rotation. But he's not necessarily able to hold down a site as well as he could have, with the same efficiency on defense. With holding that site down, he gets so much value out of that. I mean, that's very subjective, but we're going to see how they utilize this duo of Cypher Sova with the good aggressive cam usage to kind of scout out the site a little bit. They do spot the enemy Jet near lamps. They see two. So Jet and KJ are seen. Over KJ over here on the right side, little banana duck. Spring Hill taking the quick TP over Cody. Dashes through. Looks like Random did spot two over in elbow. Grabs the overheal. Cody ended up grabbing Mize. Random X taken out by Little Banana Duck, but Spring Hill 3v3. They know at least one is coming from CT. The spike goes down. Minced had his back turned to CT. Makes you, and the wall bangs. It's up to Music Ace, and the shots don't ring true. So impressive wall bang headshots there from the William & Mary Jet. Interesting to hear the comms there and what happened when Random X went down from CT spawn and nobody was watching that. So now William & Mary extends their lead to 3. This is similar to what we saw in the first half. William & Mary taking the early lead and then Spring Hill kind of clawing their way back into it. So now we see forcing Spectre Light from Spring Hill, feeling confident, not trying to go kind of a light buy round so they can full buy next.
Blocking sight. Blocking sight.
Scanning ahead.
Quick dash over to Lamps with the smoke cover. Looks like Oninobu may have accidentally taken TP, and Random X does not win out on that trade. T-Burner drops Minced, and now Spring Hill in a 3v5. But the TP is taken. Bad Music Case looks like they're opting, maybe a little bit of misdirection. Cody does get dropped, so now a 2v5.
Here,
Alright, Spring Hill getting one. Really, definitely too much of a hard swing there. So Music Ace now doubling back. She knows she's being chased. A tough break there. Spring Hill now down 4, so they've clawed their way back into these before, but now in a tough spot because of the Force Light Spectre buy. They're having to go even lighter this round. Whereas across the map, over in CT spawn, you're going to have likely some SMGs coming through from William & Mary. So Spring Hill really needs their duelists to step up this round, get some picks. There's the recon dart. They ignore the recon dart in order to try to get the one shot on the Sova. Cody hanging out near showers. Crosshair's a little bit low. Needs to get that up. Aldrone does end up grabbing the KJ, so they at least have info on one member of William & Mary. Cody's got to be careful here. Needs to check his corner to the right. As a gunfight is breaking loose, Oninobu taking a lot of damage. Surely William & Mary is covering this angle. Cody playing this very slowly, brings random over with him. But that's going to be them dropping, trying to trade in the mid, trying to draw some attention. Random does grab that one, but he does end up getting the heal off through the smoke. Lil Banana Duck with the Marshall.
I have this bite.
Putting in a lot of work, and that's going to be Random by himself in a 1v4 with a Sheriff.
30 seconds left.
He's likely being flanked from mid here. He knows that. There was at least, yeah, a couple of his teammates died there, so running to his death. But that's going to be Spring Hill. They only dropped Hazmat, so one of the members of Spring Hill did get a decent pay. But all of them should be able to heavy rifle this round. And now they start the climb back. So if Spring Hill's going to do it, they've got to do it now. This is where this combo of Sova Cypher gets very, very difficult on attack. They've got to use those both of those agents to get some information gathering. Not necessarily, they're not strong pushers, right? There's no real initiation there.
I have dropped the spike.
That's gonna be Cody dropping to Hazmat with the Marshall headshot. An aggressive push from Oninobu. Like, there's nobody else there to help you. Smokes were not down yet. Cypher dropping tripwires, trying to cover the flank. Random takes a one shot. Lil Banana Duck is just on fire with this Marshall, and it has Hazmat as well. As the smoke spams come through,
Last player standing.
and Random not able to get the shot off first.
Flawless.
And Music Ace drops as well. A flawless round from William & Mary. Spring Hill faltering on attack.
I'm the last thing they'll see before they die. Lucky them.
It's now kind of an awkward buy from Spring Hill. We've got a heavy Spectre from Random and light Spectres from the rest. A lot of noise being made here in Hookah. Raze spotted. Random grabbing one. The door's shut. He wasn't able to grab the heal. Blind going into Hookah. It is shot out. Guacamole drops Cody over at
Reloading.
Garden.
I have retrieved the spike.
Scanning ahead.
Recon's destroyed. Alright, they know they're there. You don't need to push through the smoke.
Take flight.
Random on the flank. Needs to get a kill here. Grab the heal. And start getting those resets. Lil Banana Duck now has an op. Spring Hill does not need to commit to pushing through that.
Spike
Do
down,
not
B.
peek the op. Good shock dart, but you do hear Jet dash away. Shock dart a little high. Spring Hill now just going to be hunted down by Lil Banana Duck on the op.
Match point.
Now remember, Wipe the prints from your guys. It's
I
just
need
good
this.
crime scene etiquette.
So now match point for William and Mary. I'm sorry, map point for William and Mary. If they win this, it does put them on series point. But they're 12-5 right now, Spring Hill. Not enough money on this immense pocket to be able to buy armor. So he's just rolling with the Vandal.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for
retrieved
Spring
the
Hill, their
spike.
duelist not getting first get. And there you have the Jet does miss the initial op shot, misses a second, so it allows Cody access onto the site.
Night night.
The Jet ult was used at Spring Hill, 5v3. Now they need to use their numbers. T-Burner also has an op. Music Ace able to grab that trade kill, throws down the Cypher ult, 2v2. Grab the spike, moving over to A. They did catch a vision of both members as we see Random trying to cheese in the teleporter. Doesn't look like William and Mary is going to fall for it.
Here.
So Cypher needs to get off site and just hold an angle. A little bit off.
One enemy
Great
remaining.
headshot from Music Ace. Little bit of a jump scare
Player standing.
there. So Mize with the op, but Random knew where he was coming from, able to get the wall bang. Looked like a headshot from here,
Because we are together.
but that's going to be
Don't
Spring
forget
Hill clawing back to within 6. But it's an uphill battle for them the rest of this map. Wim and Mary just need a single round win in
There.
order to take map 1.
There.
Recon Dart doesn't catch anybody. Spring Hill could potentially use this. We'll see if William and Mary finds comfort in not catching anybody with the Recon Dart, and maybe Spring Hill can slow push onto B. Tripwires drop to protect the flank, but we really haven't seen William and Mary flank. We've seen them,
Revealing Ed.
hold onto the site and then rotate back through their own spawns. And I wonder if Spring Hill can use that to their advantage. So take a look at that. Oninobu drops Guacamole, but he trades Music Ace, but the spike is down.
The spike.
Spring Hill does need to grab that. Random moving forward, does spot Mize, is able to grab there with the trade, 1-for-1. Spring Hill now in a 3v3.
Spike planted.
Cody gonna swap over to watch Elbow, possibly peek over here on CT spawn. Doesn't need to peek it now. Off contact. Oh, and he
One enemy
does not get the
remaining.
trade off Random's contact. Random does grab Lil Banana Duck, but remember how Lil Banana Duck was able to swing this in William and Mary's favor last time with those wall bangs onto B. So Spring Hill careful not to play that side, but they know pressure on William and Mary to push this.
Deploying drone.
So drone is sent out. They do get vision. It's tapped a second time, but the Sova ult is ready. Random, it's getting the headshot onto Hazmat. Good round from Spring Hill, bringing it now to within 5. They need to get up to 12 in order to push this map further. Again, a singular round win from William and Mary ends the map and gives them the map point. And then we move on to Split. Taking a look across the scoreboard, Random X, Little Banana Duck actually passing Mize on the scoreboard. All the ops usage from the William and Mary Jet helping run it. Empress popped early. As we have Cody kind of aggressively peeking Hookah. Alright, turret spotted, so Spring Hill's given their position away mid. But William and Mary hasn't yet shown that they take those flank angles. They tend to rotate back around through their own spawn. So a couple of smokes going down on the A site, and that's going to be Cody caught off by the Rays, but Oninobu gets the trade. So a
Scanning
great 1-for-1.
Nowhere to run.
Sova ult is used, so random catch running up to try to catch him while he's still in the animation. And that's going to be Spring Hill 4v3. Plant going down. It planted for Hookah, so we'll see if Cypher can get back up in the window. Has the tripwire in place.
You are divided.
Astra ult down.
You should run.
Killjoy's taken out, but the ult persists.
One enemy remaining.
Random grabbing another one. He is going to be detained here. Oh, he takes the lockdown down. Actually, right as it was about to expire. And Spring Hill now in a 3v1. Random grabbing another headshot. 4 kills for him. Spring Hill bringing it within 4.
We got this.
And now taking a look across the scoreboard. Again, William and Mary only needing 1 round to clutch this map. Now William and Mary has 2 members, Mize and Hazmat, getting
Need a drop.
a little low on credits. If Spring Hill can win this round, it could put them in a difficult, especially if Mize and Hazmat had a full buy this round with rifles. Spring Hill need to be careful. Cody with the op is spotted by the turret. Recon Dart sees nobody. Long B, and that's going to be random dropping first. Very unfortunate for Spring Hill that one of their duelists goes down early. Now Spring Hill needing to use a good peeks here. Cody grabbing the pick with the op. William and Mary using a lot of utility here over in Hookah to stifle this push while Cody's peeking with the op, but he switches over to the ult. Back over to the op, trying to keep eyes on it.
Cover going out.
Stay down.
Another pick from Cody. Mintz dropping smoke over on A, and Cody with the flick shot onto Mize, but now a 2v2. It's Minced and Jet. Spike is dropped
I have the
30
spike.
seconds
on B.
left.
TP is taken by Minced. 25 seconds. Pressure is on Spring Hill to push this and get the plant down. So they're going to rotate over through, but they've got to get there quickly. 13 seconds. Really, Minced has to run straight there and start getting the plant
10
down.
seconds left.
He's slowed down by the gravity well.
One enemy remaining.
Cody grabbing one. Minced does get it down just in time. Throws the blind over to Heaven. Teleports over. Does not get the shots. That is an ace for Lil Banana Dog. So what a great way for William and Mary to wrap up that map with Lil Banana Dog with the ace. The spike plant coming down in the final seconds of the round. William and Mary winning it 13-8. What a tense matchup. So we're going to take a brief break. Well, let's look at the scoreboard first, then we'll take a brief break. Give the teams time to kind of decompress after that. But taking a look at the scoreboard, Random X 30-15. Topping the scoreboard, Lil Banana Duck coming through 34-12. You see the combat score just Random X just barely edging out Lil Banana Duck on that by 3 points. Mize following it up, followed by Cody S. So those 4 duelists putting in work, sitting at the top of the scoreboard, followed by 2 members of William and Mary, then Minced, and then Cypher and Sova at the bottom. Utilizing that utility, but not getting a lot of the kills. So that's going to be William and Mary taking map 1 13-8. Let me go ahead and grab a screenshot of this here so we can post it in the CF1 Discord. Sorry for the noise. There we go. All right, we'll see if they're taking. All right, we're heading into split this time. Spring Hill's going to be on attack first this round as opposed to defense. So we'll see how they adapt from map to map. Minced on Omen. Oninobu switching over to Sage this time as opposed to something like maybe a Killjoy. Or even the Sova. The Sage can be really strong here on split, walling off mid on defense, but on attack, really got some kind of standard plays there. Going through garage, instantly walling off right, going on to A site and walling off screens. Don't roast me too bad in chat if I'm mixing up my A and B sites. But definitely, Sage can be really useful here on attack. And looks like we may be bringing the Cypher back. Music Ace hovering that. We'll see if they commit to it and lock it in. And they do.
Choose your
So
agent.
Spring Hill possibly looking to see maybe build up a little bit of a buffer for themselves on attack and then really shut down William and Mary on defense with the Sage Cypher. Same duelist coming out from Cody S and Random X. And Minced on the Omen, holding down Smokes. Looking across the scoreboard, looking across on the other side of the map, starting off on defense. Mize is on Sky this time, as opposed to Ray's Little Banana Duck on the Jet again. T-Burner this time on the Rays. I believe T-Burner was on the Killjoy last round, or last map. Hazmat back on Astra and Guacamole on Killjoy,
Raze has no patience.
switching over
Wait out her
from the
explosive and
Sova.
strike when she's empty.
So you see Guacamole bringing in the Killjoy, which is going to be great for holding down a site. It's going to be great also flipping over onto attack, throwing down those swarm grenades onto the plant, trying to stall some of these, stall the defuses if she can play off site enough. Not sure what's going on with Cypher. There we go. So it looks like Spring Hill content with a possibly B push here. We may have random peek mid and see if he can go up through heaven. Oh, and a really quick kill there onto Cody from Little Banana Duck. Wall going up anyways. Not totally sure on that. Continue to push through. They're pushing through one at a time. And now William and Mary on the hunt for the flawless, and they are going to get it. Little Banana Duck taking out 4. All right, now Spring Hill down 1 round. Still plenty to play. Remember, this is a first to 13. Did not like what we saw out of Spring Hill that first round. Hard pushing through that smoke. It's okay to let that utility kind of expire. A really quick kill. Oninobu picking up Mize. Has the heal to be able to bring him back. Pushes through with the reload, though, so not ideal. And then this, unfortunately, the Raze Astra combo with the Gravity Well along with the grenade.
Last player standing.
Minced slow peeking through heaven. Does get picked up from near CT spawn. And now it's Cody all by himself. He does have Spike.
Blocking sight.
He's going to dash over, try to grab a Spectre, see if he can get some trades. Alarm bot spots him. Guacamole picks up the kill. William and Mary going up 2-0.
They think they know pain. They can't begin to comprehend it.
Music Ace going to leave the wrapper on.
hunting, Omen.
Shadows traveling.
Screens, I'm sorry, ropes smoked off from Minced. Here's that same combo. Gravity well could be used here in conjunction with that raised grenade. Boombot dropped mid. Both Badgers certain not to shoot it, not giving away their position. Mint's making some noise over here at A. There's the raised grenade. Could not tell if the gravity well was used, but more than likely it was. And there's the flank from the Jet.
Reloading.
Pushing through garage. So we need to keep eyes on that left side, not the right side.
Still in sight.
Random pushing the charge. Mize
Someone is mid.
around the box, able to grab one, grab two, grab three. That's going to be Music
30
Ace
seconds left.
and Random by themselves in a
Last
2v5.
player standing.
Scratch that,
Spike
1v5.
Raise
Grabs
that.
one, grabs two. Does heal. One should be coming from garage. Overheals. He's got to watch his back.
10
Here's the
seconds
dog.
left.
Yeah, it's very tough when you're being swarmed like that. So Spring Hill down 3 rounds.
Will they try the same old tricks?
Spring Hill running a similar strat here, keeping Random mid, but now they're having to run the light sheriffs. Early blinds from the sky over on A. And now a long wraparound from the rest of Spring Hill going back through T-spawn. They hear rope over on B heaven. So Random gonna hold that angle. They do see Raze over at A. Mint's not able to win the gunfight. Sheriff versus Phantom. Mint's able to get a pickup on Mize. So those are those entry blinds down now for William and Mary. Oh no! Well, y'all cannot push one. Y'all cannot push
Spike
one at a
down
time,
B.
but they know where the Jet is. Mint's not able to, or Random not able to grab that headshot first. So it's the 2 duelists for Spring Hill versus 3 members of William and Mary. Looks like Jet could possibly be back of sight now.
Last player
Cody
standing.
not able to pick up that kill. Random by himself ends up getting dropped by T-Burner on the Raze. That's going to be William Mary going up 4-0.
Even with numbers, anything can still happen. Remember that.
Spring Hill find themselves in a similar situation to what they had at last map. They're going down 4 rounds and then clawing back to tie it up 4-4 and then trading back and forth. I think it was even 5-5 at one point. Utility used over A site. That's Sky Blind as well as the Boombot. Sounded like an Astra recalling a star over at A. Spring Hill slow peeking over here on B. Be very careful. They've got to check that left corner. Alright, using the cage for the cross, but not actually crossing. Alright, there's the Astra smoke. A smoke onto Heaven B. Now Random may be confident here to execute over on A site. Cody does spot one. And now it's an all-out sprint over towards A site for random. Looking to clear the site.
30 seconds left.
Mint's grabbing one, crossing over from CT spawn. Gets shot from behind. Nobody's with him. Oninobu not able to catch the flank. Spike going down. 3v4 for Spring Hill. Random grabbing Guacamole. 3v3. Cody catching Sky in heaven, but does drop. The blind catches random, but I don't think they saw him. We'll see.
Last player standing.
Yeah, and that's going to be Hazmat grabbing 4 that round.
If they try something, I'll see it.
Five rounds down, not impossible to come back from. Spring Hill deciding what they're going to buy, but you've got 2 seconds left. You need to figure that out and get in position. A little bit of a lag here. Sprays through the smoke coming from ropes. Hazmat drops random early. That's not good when your duelists lose out. But Cody able to get the trade. So 1 for 1. A duelist for a duelist. But Sage needs to wait for Jet to join.
I've got your trail. War race.
Sky ult comes out and just aggressively running up before the gun is completely out. Jet throwing the smoke to stall the push. Cody swapping over to the Vandal. And it's TPing over. Spring Hill 3v5. Cypher ult and Omen ult are ready. Omen TPing back of site A.
30 seconds left.
Music Ace does spot one. Heaven B. Minst able to grab Sky through the blind. Astra's also on site. He did spot there. Music Ace going to drop. It's up to Minst and Cody. Cody playing a little bit off site. Minst playing back of site. They hear him drop from heaven.
Last player standing.
He's looking the wrong way, and Cody pushes through the smoke into a crossfire from screens in heaven. That's going to be William and Mary taking round 6.
They don't have a single life worth saving.
Now Spring Hill really forced to go light here again. Both duelists going to go ahead and buy up, hoping to get some picks here. Minst Oninobu going light sheriff. Music Ace still with a pretty decent chunk of money. So if we need to next round, she could actually buy for somebody.
Shadows traveling.
So Oninobu hoping to get maybe a sheriff pick here.
I have the spike.
Mint's trying to shoot somebody here through vent. Good pick from Cody onto Hazmat. So that's going to be those Astra Stars are going to be useless now. They do spot Raze and Vent. Still taking this push slow. Making... Oh, back of sight. Y'all got to clear back of sight. Oninobu grabbing that headshot on a little banana duck. Does have the spike. Heals himself.
Your duty is not
Those are res, but he's got to cover. You got to cover the body.
Spike down B.
2v2.
30 seconds left.
Cage triggered. I have retrieved the spike.
Last player standing.
And Music Ace not able to win that. Very kind of uncoordinated there. Music Ace pushing forward on the Cypher,
Show me
and
where to
then Jet not in position to really try and answer that. Spring Hill not able to find that comeback success that they found last map, going down 4-0 and then clawing back, tying the map up, and finishing the first half at just a 2-round deficit, 7-5 in favor of William and Mary. Now they've got to win 5 in a row to match what they did the first map. But they've got to do it on 2 rifles and a Sheriff, 2 SMGs. And that's an op in the hands of Little Banana Duck on Jet. Random is able to trade up for a Phantom, takes out the dog. But they know an op is on this site.
I'm hiding.
Cypher ult comes through. They spot Jet going back through CT spawn.
Reloading.
Minced pushing it.
Get out of my
Here's
way.
the miss.
Planted the spike.
Opponent killed.
Oninobu grabbing T-Burner. Spring Hill, can they do it again? 4v3, 3v3. Just as I say that, Oninobu drops. But they know that they're heaven. You just hear them push out. They just dropped from heaven. Spring Hill trying to catch them in a crossfire here. The turret does not work. You don't need to shoot the turret. Oh, Lil Banana with the headshot from the knives.
Last player standing.
Bomb ding, defuse. It's all up to Random. He is not going to be able to pull it off in a 1v3. It's going to be William and Mary going up 8-0.
My burden never
So many
ends.
close moments there with Minced swinging hard onto the Jet right outside of B site over near that CT spawn connector. Jet taking the early shot, missing it, giving Minced the opportunity to push, unable to get the kill.
As one.
Have a missed opportunity there. Spring Hill, it's not impossible, but it's going to be tough. Empress being used. The Raze ult comes through, grabs Random. The ult for ult trade. The Gravity Well along with the grenade did not find anybody this time. But Spring Hill is at a numbers disadvantage. We have members over here being split up. And then pushing up one at a time, not being able to answer. Perhaps Music Ace caught up in the Gravity Well. 4v2, 5v2. They're married, really just running now. They know at 5v2 they can aggro push this. See if he can get a kill while he's disoriented. I doubt he's going to, and that's going to be that terrible blind coming through. A shot into the shin from Music Ace, but that is not going to do it. That's going to be
Just let them try to catch me.
William and Mary going up 9-0.
Shadows traveling.
Spike down B. Last player standing. Team Ace.
We may running away with map 2.
What will it be this time? Have any patterns emerged yet? Enemy spotted A.
Reloading. Cutting them.
Op from Mize. These ops are going to be very difficult for Spring Hill to deal with.
Reloading.
Gotta try to put. They can't push. Why are we pushing into the ops? They've already killed one. They've killed 2.
Carrier is killed.
Spike down A.
I have the spike.
Minced and Cody.
Last player standing.
And they've got the flank coming
Spike
through.
down
And that's
A.
going to be T-Burner cleaning up both Minced and Cody. William & Mary going up 11-0.
Last round before the switch.
We cannot keep our goods after this. Spend all.
There. There. There.
I will rip the light from them. Shadows traveling.
I've got your trail.
Cutting their vision.
Blinding.
Sky ult coming through, tracking the Badgers. Being stuck in the Swarm Grenade here, taking a lot of damage. That's 3 members. Little Banana Dog snipes random with the op, and now it's just
Spike down
just
mid.
absolute mayhem here in B-side heaven. The Disorient gonna catch
Last
Music
player
Ace. She does
standing.
end up dropping. It's grabbing a second. But the spike is still mid. Oh, Banana Dog holding the angle with the op.
Switching sides.
Points.
Match
If one
point.
link breaks, the rest will follow.
So we have a side swap. Everybody back to pistol round. But William & Mary on map point and series point.
This goes here.
Wall raised.
Auto wall mid. They're going to quickly break that. Mince does smoke it. Astra Stars come down. And a really quick satchel onto site from Race. William & Mary overwhelming B site right now.
Spike down B.
They are on map point. Winning this does end the series. Spring Hill looking to slow it down. Mince grabbing a couple kills. Now Spring Hill in a 3v3. They need to coordinate this
planted.
push back onto site. They don't need to be too aggressive. They know where Jet is now. Hopefully that's being called out. Random does spot Sky, able to grab that. Grabs the heal. And now Random in a 1v2. Does not win the gunfight. With Killjoy, that's going to be William & Mary taking map 2, 13-0. And congratulations to William & Mary, really flipping a switch and playing map 2 completely differently than they did map 1. From those close rounds in map 1 to now map 2 just being a complete slaughter. Almost like 2 different teams playing there. But congratulations to them. I'm going to post that screenshot so that CF1 has it. There we go. And that's going to be William & Mary taking that. So we will be back next Tuesday. We'll be taking on University of Minnesota, I believe. So again, congratulations to William & Mary, improving their record to 2-2. Spring Hill is going to drop to 0-4, and we'll see them back again next week, taking on UMN White, who is also sitting at 0-4. So somebody will be getting a win next week, and we're going to be rooting for Spring Hill, of course. We'll see you then.